I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thanks for clicking and welcome to my channel. I design clothes, textile patterns, and I overall just really like making things. I hope you enjoy your time here, and let's get started. This video is a tutorial on how to put together my jewel stretch dress pattern, which is available for download in my Etsy shop. I will be covering everything from printing out the pattern to how to use the adjustment line to sewing it all together. So if you need help on a specific step, I am including timestamps so you can skip to what you need. First is printing the pattern. Once you have downloaded the pattern file from your order, you need to make sure to print the pattern at 100% scale. This option should be listed in the printing window on your computer. There is a border around the content of each page, and the entire border should be visible on the page. This is what you will use to assemble the pattern later. Check the print preview and see if it is positioned correctly and the border is visible on all sides. If not, what worked for me was putting the orientation option into auto. Print the test sheet first and measure the test square to make sure the pattern is printing at the correct size. Also check that the border around the content of this page is visible on all sides once it's printed. Once you verify that the scale is correct, you can print out the rest of the pattern. After you have all the pages, lay them in order according to the page numbers in the circles on the pattern. The circles are notated as column number / row number. So 1/1 is column 1, row 1, 2/1 is column 2, row 1, etc. Once they are laid out in order, you can tape them together, lining up the borders to each other, line to line. You can cut off or fold over the extra paper outside of the border to help with lining up the pages. Since this pattern was originally made by me for me, the fit is for people with longer torsos. But if you have a shorter torso or even longer torso than I do, don't worry. I included an adjustment line at the center of the dress pattern, and it is very simple to use. This adjustment line is to allow you to adjust where the waist curve lays on your body. To determine whether you may need to use this adjustment line, measure your back length. This is the measurement from the base of your neck to your waistline. Compare that to the measurement listed on the pattern size chart for the size you are planning on cutting out. If the measurement is either shorter or longer than the pattern chart measurement, you might need to use the adjustment line to make sure the waist curve hits at the right spot on you. For example, if you are size 36, the pattern lists the back length as 18 inches. If your back length is 17 inches, all you have to do is cut the pattern at the adjustment line and overlap the pattern 1 inch and tape. Or if you are size 36 and have a 19-inch back length, you cut the pattern the same way, but instead of overlapping 1 inch, you spread the pattern apart 1 inch, and then put some more pattern paper behind the gap and tape to make the pattern one piece again. A good way to check if the waist curve is where you want it to be is hold the pattern piece up to your body and see if the waist curve falls roughly where your waist is. This way you can get an idea for how the dress will fit without cutting your fabric. Since everyone's body is different, there might be some tweaking to be done to get your personal ideal fit, but hopefully the adjustment line instructions get you very close. Once the waist is adjusted to your preferences, any other length adjustment can be made to the hemline of the dress pattern pieces. Alright, once the pattern is adjusted and cut out, we can cut out our fabric pieces. Make sure to use knit or knit spandex fabric with at least 50% stretch for this project. And when laying out the pieces, pay attention to the direction of stretch and all other layout indicators listed on the pattern pieces. I am using a beautiful forest green rib knit fabric with a little bit of spandex in it. This pattern can be used with non-spandex fabric as long as it has the appropriate amount of stretch and has good recovery. I am cutting out 1 high neck piece, 1 V-neck piece, their respective neckline facings, and 4 armhole facings. I am not saying back or front pieces because this dress is reversible. You can wear either the high neck or the V-neck in front, so you have 2 necklines in one dress. I'm going to begin by sewing the 2 dress pieces together, right sides together, at their shoulder and side seams. Once this is done, I recommend trying on the dress so you can determine if there are any changes you want to make to the armhole or neckline before you add the facings. If you decide to make changes to the neckline or armhole, make the same changes to their respective facings as well. Next, we sew the facings together. Sew the 2 neckline facings at their shoulder seams and pair up the armhole facings and sew them at their shoulder and side seams. At the end of this, you should have 1 complete neckline facing and 2 complete armhole facings. Now pin the neckline facing to the neckline and the armhole facings to the armholes right sides together. Once these are all pinned, sew in place. Now flip the facings to the inside of the dress so they can no longer be seen from the outside of the dress and top stitch in place. Almost finished. Trim any excess facing fabric from the inside of the dress, and now all that's left is to flip up the hem allowance at the hemline of the dress, pin in place, and top stitch. And we're all done. I love the jewel dress because it's quick and easy to make and it has a classic sleek look to it. Having two neckline options in one dress makes it very versatile, and it's extremely comfortable and can be dressed up or down. Simple but effective. And the stretchy fabric makes it perfect for going dancing. I have already made it in several colors and in all the different length options, and I think all of them are going to be great staples to have in my closet. If you like this video and want to see more, please leave a like and subscribe if you want to. The link to the dress pattern and the fabric that I used is in the description. Let me know which dress is your favorite in the comments. Thanks for watching!